Rich Rising. Hello. Greetings. Grand Rising. Good morning. Salutations. All of that great stuff. Like, how are you doing? Hey T, how you doing? Rich Rising. Happy Tuesday. Nice to see your face in the place. I hope your week is going good thus far, and that you're having a good day. Um, you'll continue to have a good day. How was Monday? Um, First of all, I do not own any of the rights to any of this music that you're gonna hear. It's Tuesday. I'm really feeling like a Big Crit kind of day. Do y'all listen to Big Crit? So I came from a time I definitely love Tupac, right? And as far as like loving Tupac and like the messages that, like he carried, like I feel like Big Crit just carries that energy like so well. Like he is definitely in my top three. He is definitely in my top three. And Tupac never left. That number one spot. I don't even know who to give it to. Like, right? It's like so many people. Like Jay-Z. Like, I don't even think I can put Jay-Z on like my hip hop list anymore. Like, I feel like when it just comes to life, like he is just like in a genre of his own. Like either you like Jay-Z or you don't. Like there's so many ventures, that he is just like taking a hold of. Like, yeah, of course I got to know him for music, but I think I just love the businessman in Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z is a businessman like no other. So yeah, like the different music, like Crit definitely gives a good vibe. Like I definitely like him. So if you like looking for feel good hip hop that like makes sense, I really feel like you should be listening to Big Crit, right? So that's why we having a Big Crit kind of morning over here. Mr. Artificial, thank you so much for coming through. Like your presence is definitely appreciated. I hope you are having a great week. And your day is off to a good start. And you continue to have a great week, right? So yeah, getting into our topics for this week, because y'all know I don't like to keep y'all long. Time is of an essence, so I definitely appreciate you coming through and spending your most valuable time with me, which is definitely your currency. Your most valuable time with me, your most valuable currency with me, which is your time. Totally backwards. You're welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, yesterday we actually talked about root chakras, right? It's Tuesday, so we're on another chakra for today. Today is actually going to be our, I wanted to say solar, but no, it's our sacral chakra day, right? It's Tuesday, it's sacral chakra day. So we're like moving up the list in chakras. So when we're thinking about our sacral chakra, remember when I did the weekend tarot, then, Tuesday is like Emperor Day, right? So we're like thinking about being empowered, right? We're thinking about our joy, how our pleasure zone, like how are we pleasured? Like how do we seek pleasure? It's all about how creative are we? Like how are you tapping into your creativity? Like all of your creativity actually sits in your sacral chakra, right? Now the element, right? Sacral chakra, of course, is Emperor Day. It's also Aries Day, so it's giving us fire. Like that's the element. The root chakra came in and it just basically, it speaks to our grounded self. It speaks to our actual earth self, right? So then we actually come in and we get the sacral chakra, and this is our fire sign. Like this is your passions, right? Like what are you passionate about? Okay. I just really need to turn all my notifications off when I go live. Hi, S. Dot. Thanks for coming through. I definitely appreciate you. Hope you are having a good day and you have a great week too. But anyway, getting back into what I was saying, right? So the actual sacral chakra, it's fire, right? So this is our passions. This is like what we are dedicated to. This is our drive. This is our energy, right? And it actually gives us the ability to be able to reflect, abundance and reflect positivity. So when we get to thinking about joy and positivity and creativity, it all starts like in your sacral chakra. Now understand that your first three chakras, the first three chakras that we're actually going to go over, we're actually going to do just 5 because I'm only going to do this Monday through Friday. But the first 3 chakras are actually me chakras, right? They are actually chakras that focus on you and how you actually move about in the world, right? The things that you actually, do, how you take on the world, right? Kind of, I won't really say your place in it, but how you see yourself in it, right? So that is definitely something that you deal with. Your sacral chakra has a lot to do with your actual feelings, right? So when we actually come into this, we are, you know what, you guys, I was wrong. It's feelings, right? So it's not fire. Fire is definitely going to be for tomorrow, right? That's more for your solar plexus chakra. This is actually your water chakra. I apologize for that. My bad, you guys. I was thinking Aries day. I was thinking Emperor because it all happens on Tuesday, right? So the club going up on a Tuesday, you want, once again, I don't own any of the rights to any of the music that you're gonna hear in the background. It just reminded me. But yeah, when it comes to Tuesday, like, you know, like how is it that you are actually feeling? So I know a lot of people think that Scorpio, and I'm not going to say that they aren't, right? That Scorpios are like the most sexual sign like of the zodiac. But Aries, like that really, your sexual, your reproductive organs, like all of that is all of that has to do with your actual sacral chakra. You know how yesterday we talked about the root chakra and how the root chakra is connected to your legs and your teeth and your bones, you know, like those elements of stability in your body. Basically, that's what your root chakra is related to. But when it comes to your sacral chakra, well, that is related to your reproductive organs. It's related to your bladder. It's related to your hips, your kidneys, you know, like things down in that area. So I feel like Tuesday is definitely like one of the most sexual days of the week, right? A lot of people may think, you know, you're like getting it in on the weekend, but no, it's actually Tuesday because that's just the energy that is really, really just like in the air. So not only are Scorpios very sexual people, so are Aries, right? And I mean, just the season itself, like Aries is Easter, like life just springs forward, you know. Like a Scorpio may be a bit more passionate than an Aries, but as far as sexual drive or stamina or things of that nature, that definitely belongs to an Aries. Okay, so what does a sacral chakra look like when it's balanced, right? Because we like to focus on the good. I mean, we get to the bad, but we'll get to the good, you know. I mean, we start with the bad or we start with the good so we can get to the bad, right? One of the things that I learned, like working in corporate America, like especially like being a manager, you never just want to like start with the bad stuff, right? Like you want to sandwich it in. You know, we do the good, then we do the bad, then we do the good, you know. We make all of that work, right? So anyway, this is like really one of my favorite Big Crit songs, and I do not own the right to this song, but if you have not like listened to Energy, I love it, or seen the video. So I loved the song anyway, but when I saw the video, it was something totally different for me. Like, what is this? Like, yeah, that's a good song. That's a good song. Go check out the video. Now, some people, they're going to get turned off by the video. If you're not into like energy works, you know, magic makes you feel some sort of way, then you probably don't want to see that video. But if that is the world that you are into, if that is something that you can mentally, emotionally digest, then definitely go ahead and look at that. Watch that. Check that out. So anyway, back to our balanced sacral chakra, right? So when our sacral chakra is balanced, then at that point we are like full of joy. We are like full of creativity. Like we can have fun. You know, if you were in church, remember that song, this joy that I have, like the world didn't give it, so the world can't take it away. That's your sacral chakra. Like that is what's there. That's that unmovable, unshakable joy, because just because, like, why not, right? You're definitely in tune with your pleasure, your self pleasure. Now, when I say pleasure, this is definitely related to sex, or any other fun that you like to have. Like I say, your sexual organs actually sit there in your sacral chakra. So if you know what, I'm gonna hold my thought on that one. I'm not even gonna go there yet, right? So, healthy sacral chakra, your perception, your ability to give and receive love, it is totally open, right? Because you know that you are worthy, you're happy, you're creative, and you are able to express the pleasure of love. Like a lot of people who know chakras, because I'm not the only person that knows chakras. This is like a universal language, Like here at Ascend Starship, we speak universal language, right? Tarot, universal language. Chakras, universal language. Numerology, universal language. Planet energies, that's a universal language, you know what I'm saying? So many people know about this, but I know a lot of people that when they actually think about love, like the first chakra that you think about is the heart chakra, which is beautiful, right? But that heart chakra, like I said, the first three chakras are self, right? So before you can love the world, you definitely got to love yourself. That heart chakra is the love chakra. That's you, like being able to look out in the world and realize love, right? Well, the sacral chakra is being able to look in the mirror, right? And realize love. That's the first place you got to be able to see it. Like you got to see it there first, right? So you're also able to be in touch with your intuition, right? You're able to actually trust yourself because you trust those feelings and those beliefs. And like I said yesterday, all of the chakras are actually connected, right? They all, have different purposes, but they overlap. So, like being able to trust your intuition, being sure of yourself, that comes from that root chakra. That comes from knowing who you are. That comes from I am, right? So once you know who you are, then you're able to feel. You're able to, give that love. You're able to know that you are capable of receiving that love. You know what I'm saying? Like you're able to find and like tap into things that you may previously not have been able to, right? And once again, it's a new song, you guys. So I do not own the rights to any of this music that you're gonna hear here, all right? And it's definitely a big Crit kind of day. If you're not listening to Crit, it's time to tune in. Crit is your next favorite rapper's rapper, right? We love Kanye. I like Kanye. Kanye's in the top 5, but he's definitely not my top 3. And when I say, like I said in the beginning, like Tupac never left my top 3, right? And Crit is the other person that that third slide is like so big, Jay-Z, Nas. Like I'm just gonna take Jay-Z out, right? Because I feel like Jay-Z is in a world of his own. I really don't feel like I feel like music is just such a minute part of who he is at this point. And then let me see, if Jay-Z's not there, then I guess I would just like go ahead and put Mr. Illmatic himself there because I love Nas. Like who doesn't love Nas? Sir Escobar, like Queensbridge. Like what? No, I'm not from New York. Okay. Anyway. So what else do we get here with our balanced sacral chakra? You're able to have healthy and fulfilling relationships and in connections, right? Because you know what you like. You know what I'm saying? You know what you like and you know what you don't like. So, you know what type of energies to be around. You know what I'm saying? So those relationships that you have, they're able to be a bit more healthier, right? So that is a balanced solar chakra. I don't know why I am stuck on the solar chakra. Like that is definitely tomorrow. Like that means you should come back and check me out tomorrow. These lessons are going to be available like later, for watching and all that stuff. So you can definitely like check it out on my YouTube page, or you can check it out on my Instagram page while it lasts. But anyway, the next thing here that we have is the next thing we want to actually go into is when our sacral chakra is actually imbalanced, right? And a lot of us walk around with imbalanced sacral chakras. A lot of us walk around with many of our chakras imbalanced, which is why here at Ascent Starship, we are here to help you actually balance out those chakras, right? Because that is important to be able to manifest and like live a life that's like so fulfilling to yourself, right? Fulfilling to yourself and not those around you. You know what I'm saying? You have a healthy sacral chakra, then you can block everybody else and their intentions out. You know, how they want you to move. You can move how you want to move, right? All right. So anyway, moving on to our unbalanced, to our unhealthy or unbalanced sacral chakra. So first of all, if your sacral chakra is out of balance, then you definitely have an issue like with your emotions, with being able to express your emotions, and a lot of people feel like, you know, like if I get mad and I can just tell you how I feel, then, you know, I can express my emotions. Or if I'm, you know, like happy and I can express those emotions, like I can express my emotions. But what happens to those emotions like of indifference, right? Those emotions where no one else around you can actually possibly understand exactly where it is that you're coming from. So now you're at a point where it's like, which way do I go? And I was recently having a conversation with one of my a dear friend of mine, and you know, we had a conversation about finding your middle ground. Like, there's 0 and there's 100, but what do you do at 50, right? And when you're out of balance, like you don't have a 50. It's either you're at 0, not responding at all, or you're at 100 and you are over responding and giving it too much energy, right? So that unhealthy sacral chakra definitely blocks those definitely blocks those things, right? You actually suppress like fear and like anger and anguish, right? Because you're not able to get those feelings out. Like, you're not able to express them. Like, we have, like, when it comes to emotions, like, emotions are really like a rainbow, right? There's so many levels to them. Like, and you got to be able to express them all. When you are emotionally healthy, you know, like growing up, I could never remember a time where anybody actually focused on emotions or how it is that you were feeling or what it is that you were thinking. I just can't remember a time where anyone was actually doing that, right? But now, like in this age, like, you know, like everybody is concerned with how we feel, because we understand that our emotional health impacts our mental health. It also impacts our physical health. It also impacts our spiritual health. Like, it's amazing how the parts of us are all connected, but for so long we've walked around like compartmentalizing like everything, like putting everything in its own place. But like when it comes to you, like you're a whole, so you got to be able to like work with all of that, right? Now, another thing, a very crucial thing, and you know, like the reason a lot of us have relationship issues is because of our sacral chakra, right? Because we're not able to express those feelings, because we're not able to problem solve, because we're not able to have that conflict resolution that we need, right? So we go through a lot of problems in our actual relationships. Now, sexual traumas, right? They have a lot to do with this unbalanced sacral chakra as well, because one thing that we got to be able to express is our sexuality, right? Now, I'm not saying like some people, um, you know, everybody doesn't have to agree with your sexuality and what it is that you do. You know, being able to express your sexuality does not mean that you just like throwing it all out there for everybody to see it. No, that's not expressing your sexuality. You're expressing your sexuality is, you know, just being okay with what you are. If you are abstinent and you don't like to have sex, you know, then that's fine. If you are sapiosexual and, you know, like intelligence actually turns you on, then that is fine. Like if you're homosexual, that's fine. Like if you're bisexual, that's fine. You know, like being able to just express who that is in you, or who you are, like in that aspect, that is healthy. Like, you should never run from your sexuality. People who have been And a lot of people suppress this. People who have been molested or like sexually traumatized, they are definitely people that deal with an unbalanced an unbalanced sacral chakra. And if your partner doesn't know that about you, how do they deal with it? So you got to be able to express that kind of things. I'm just certain if you've been like sexually traumatized, that's not like a conversation that you go around having with everyone. I'm sure you know that. But if you're in a relationship, that is definitely something that you can share with your partner, because a lot of times we don't even know that we walk around with those feelings and things, tied and attached to us, right? So that is our unhealthy, that's our balance, and that's our like unbalanced sacral chakra, right? And we know once again that our sacral chakra is brought to us by the element of water, because it's all about feelings. How do you feel? What are you passionate about? Like where are you focusing? Where do you put in your energy? Where's the joy? Where's the center of joy in your life, right? That song right there, The Vent. This current playlist is life this morning. This is going to be a good Tuesday. You should make it a supercalifragilistic Tuesday for yourself too. All right. So now that we know the chakra, we know the color is orange, right? Because we're moving up the ladder. We have our friend here. Let's see. Yeah. We're moving up. I don't see the my chair must be in front of it, but yeah. So we are on orange, all right? So now that we know all of this about the sacral chakra, like how do we heal it, right? Like it's okay to know when it's imbalanced or when it's not imbalanced, but how do you heal it? Do you just like leave it there? Like what do you do? So we have several ways that we can actually heal it. My number one go-to is meditation. And if you feel like you can't meditate, that is not true. Here at Ascend Starship, we do meditation classes. So if you feel like meditation is something that you want to tap into, you've just been having a hard time doing it, reach out to me. Like, let's talk. Let's get it done. Like, let's get you to meditating. Hi, Miss Alicia. It's so good to see you. I hope you're having a good week and your day is off to a great start. Let's keep it that way. Supercalifragilistic kind of day for you. Rich rising. So yeah, meditation when it comes to healing the sacral chakra is definitely a great thing. So I recommend, just like yesterday I recommended the 396 hertz for your root chakra. Well, because we're talking about your sacral chakra, today we actually, I would recommend the 417 hertz, right? 417. Once again, you can find those on YouTube. But this is, like, the energy that it gives off is really that energy for restoration, is to let go of your destructive past, right? Because those feelings are gonna carry into your everyday life. If you don't release that stuff from your past, if you are 35 and you never went back and released the things from elementary school, you never went back and released the things from middle school, you never went back and you released the things from high school, those things carry emotions, those things carry feelings. So you got to be able to let that stuff go. Oh, you about to text me about a meditation class? Okay, well, reach out to me. We can definitely discuss that. I have to be honest, I don't have a meditation class on schedule for next month. But if you want to do some one-on-one sessions, like, we can definitely do that. That's not a problem at all. All right. So yeah, when it comes to crystals, like I said, the sacral chakra is orange. So when it actually comes to crystals, you want to actually use orange or like vibrant color crystals in order to heal, right? You can wear amber crystals, you can wear moonstone crystals, and tourmaline is just like so great. Like when it comes to tourmaline, it comes in many different colors. You can actually use an orange tourmaline in order to check in with your actual sacral chakra, right? And just be careful, like, with those tourmaline things. I'll tell you, like, tourmaline is like such a powerful crystal. When I first wore a black tourmaline crystal, I was going through like so much, right? And I was just like, I'm gonna put this on because, like, I just need protection. I need something to just absorb all this like negativity around me. Maybe I was the negative entity myself, because we got to be able to recognize when we're on our own bullshit, right? And a part of the spiritual journey is recognizing like when you are on bullshit. And I was on bullshit, right? So I won't say I was on bullshit, but I was definitely in a place that wasn't healthy. Mentally, spiritually, physically, I just wasn't in a healthy place, and I was trying to recenter. So I was carrying this black tourmaline around, right? And when I was carrying this around, I probably had it for like 2 days, and it crushed. It like blew up in the bag that I had it in. And it was just like, if you won't go sit down somewhere and sage yourself and clean your mind and clear your thoughts, like the tourmaline be letting you know, okay? So yeah, that was my black tourmaline story. But anyway, you actually want to get an orange tourmaline for your actual sacral chakra, right? And of course, you can always get a sunstone as well, right? So that is, so we've covered meditation for healing. We've covered crystals for healing, right? And then we actually want to get into essential oils. Essential oils and aromatherapy. It's a great thing. It helps, right? Smell it. Like right now, like I burn incense in my house. Like, yeah, I do it all the time. So this morning was like a dragon blood kind of morning, you know? So we are alive and lively and like ready to go. What you smell like really makes a difference. Like eucalyptus, peppermint, lavender. You ever smell that type of stuff? And when you smell it, it's just like your whole insides just get like a whole restart, right? So smells matter, aromatherapy matter. So what you want to use for your sacral chakra is actually lemon oil, right? Lemon is good. Like it's refreshing. You can use rosewood, and you can also use lang lang oil. All of those are actually good. And like I said yesterday, if you have those, I don't have mine on again today. If you have those chakra bracelets that actually have like the black stones, like those black stones are so that you can use aromatherapy. The charcoal is so you can use aromatherapy. You're supposed to be getting essential oils, and you just put like a little drop on each bead or however you want to do it, and you actually walk around with that for the day. It's like walking around with your own like energy control. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it ain't stop and smell the roses. It's like stop and smell the myrrh, you know? Like stop and smell the frankincense, you know? Like whatever type of essential oil that you're actually going to put on the bracelet, like that is what it's for. It's to raise your vibrations like throughout the day. Like, yeah, it looks good, you know, but you know, if you want to use it for the actual reason that it's intended for, then, you know, I just figured I'd throw that out there for you, okay? Now, the next thing. So we know how to heal it. We know what it looks like when it's balanced. We know what it looks like when it's unbalanced. We know that it's brought to us by the element of water. And we know, it's orange in color. So how do you practice? Like, how do you stay? You know, how do you stay even keel when it comes to your sacral chakra, right? Like, how do you go from, underactive? You know, you don't want to be underactive. You don't want it to be overactive. You just want to keep that straight line, right? So one thing that you want to do is you want to stay in motion. And that's the same thing with the root chakra. Like, moving, keep it moving. Like, have fun, like, dance. Even if you don't know how to dance, you don't have to perfect the move in order to be able to do it. Like, even if you're in your own house and you're just listening to music, like, do a little jig, do a little two-step, you know what I'm saying? Like, do what I do, twerk in the mirror by yourself when ain't nobody watching, because you can't really do it. Like, stuff like that. Like, just be able to like have fun. Now, because the sacral chakra is related to sexuality, like, certainly, like, if you are I'm not even gonna say if you're in a relationship, just doing whatever you do, however you do it, when you do it. Tantra is good. Tantra is definitely good to be able to hone in on yourself. Your creative self, your sexual self. It gets you more in tune. It gets you more in touch with that. Learn your body. Learn your body. Especially if you have dealt with sexual trauma. Learn your body. Love your body. Caress your body. Hold your body. Do all of that. You know, because there's a part of you, if you've been sexually traumatized, there's a part of you who is still vulnerable if you have not taken care of that, if that has not healed, if that is not healthy. So if you don't allow anyone else to get to know your body because of the trauma that you've been through, get to know it yourself. And then that way, you'll be more open to and more receptive to accepting others um, into your sexual atmosphere, right? So yeah, another thing that you can definitely do is be creative. You know, like the sacral chakra is all about creativity. Like, what are you doing there, right? Um, how are you being creative? Do a little jazz, you know, like do a little jazz. I don't know what I was saying. Do a little dance. Sometimes my mind and my mouth, like they be at one be at 0 and the other one be at 50, and then they come together and then the words just all run together, right? I don't know how that works, but yeah, definitely be creative. You know, go color. You know, go. You know, go draw. You know, like do anything. Writing is always creative. You know, go out someplace. You know, just be bright. You know, if just don't lose the kid in yourself. Like, once again, the kid in yourself, the root chakra, the kid in yourself. You know, the root chakra dealt with, you know, things from childhood, birth, really, you know, those things that you have no control over, those things that your family, your culture instill in you. That's your root chakra, right? And then like this sacral chakra, this is like stuff that you deal with during childhood, you know, like early childhood, like, you know, when your thoughts are actually being formed, when you actually do have some level of comprehension. Like, that's when we actually start having fun, you know, like that's when we start hanging out with our friends. That's when, you know, like back in, I might tell my age, but you know, I'm proud. You know, like that's when we're like drawing like the little hopscotch stuff, you know, like we're outside, like, you know, with the sidewalk chalk and, you know, like just stuff like that. Just like be creative, like bring like that youthful essence like back to life for yourself, okay? So that is going to be today in chakras, right? Our sacral chakra. Of course, after this video, I will post a meme, you know, just to go over like some talking points, a little affirmation. Your zodiac, whatever your zodiac sign in Virgo is coming up, because it is Virgo season. I will be posting those on YouTube throughout the week. I'll probably really get on them tomorrow. If that's something that you're looking forward to, we are still in this full moon energy. You can definitely find your full moon tarot scope online at my YouTube page. That is at Ascend Space Star. So yeah, thank you for coming through and spending your most valuable currency with me, which is your time. You are always appreciated. Now, go be great.